So there's a lot of controversy right now going on about the Fire Red and Leaf Green ports coming to the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. A lot of people are really upset that there's no online trading. People are upset that it's $20. In my opinion, I think it's worth $20, and we're going to talk about that today. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm obviously a huge fanboy when it comes to the third generation of Pokemon games. You know, Pokemon Fire Red was my first Pokemon game that I ever got as a kid on the Game Boy Advance SP. I'm just a big fan of it. You know, there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's not worth the $20 and it's a stupid, very stupid, lazy port. They didn't put any effort into it. Listen, here's how I feel about it. I can sit on the couch, I can play this thing docked, and I can play it on my TV. Sure, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can, screencast it to the TV and do all the stuff there, but I want to play on real hardware. That's what makes it enjoyable. And as you'll see in some of the B-roll here in the background, I take full advantage of it being on the Switch. So the next big thing that I want to start this with is it worth $20? To me, I think $20 is fair. I feel like they missed a huge opportunity to have them both for $30 as a package because Pokemon did turn 30 this year, but that's not part of the marketing, I guess. I guess we'll never really know. But anyway, there's people who are out there on Reddit and everywhere else on the internet bitching and complaining, saying, oh, it's not worth $20 and you can play them for free on your phone. And absolutely, I can totally play this on my phone. In fact, I actually did play this on my phone a few years ago. Hell, I even was so inspired to play it on real hardware, I was gifted a Game Boy SP, and I bought fake cartridges of these games to play, and I absolutely wore it out. Hell, I even bought a real copy of Leaf Green for $90 off of eBay last year. I mean, I own quite a few of these games, so $20 to play them on the Switch that has local trading, which is just like how the games were when we were growing up because online trading just didn't fucking exist. I think it's well worth it versus paying $130 or hell, even more at this point. Now, I'm curious if we even get Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, what that's going to do because Emerald's like a $200 game. I've had Emerald and recently let it go, and the prices of that game are just all over the place. Also, as a side note, if you're watching some of the gameplay, I really tried to get Zapdos in a Pokeball for the longest point in time. Wasn't able to do it. Gave up after I threw an Ultra Ball. Said, fuck it. Whatever. But to be honest, I really enjoy having it on the Switch. Hell, I even picked up this Mario Edition OLED recently. And it's just nice and crisp. It's beautiful. I do have a first-gen Switch that was modded. And it's falling apart. It's trash. So this is a huge upgrade. And hopefully for my 30th birthday later this year, I'll be able to get the Switch 2. And I'll probably make a video on that, on why that's very controversial also. But to be honest, I mean, there's people out here who are bitching about this being $20, and they'll buy a $70 Call of Duty game and pay $30 bundles for the stupid-ass skins and operators. So the people who are bitching about this port wasn't for you guys. You know, I'm seeing so many people enjoy this game that never played it. I mean, there's just so much. This is good for the community. It's great. Is it a perfect port? Absolutely no. Is there things that they could have done better? 100%. They could have implemented something like, for example, the language changing. There's people really upset about that. And to be honest, back in the day when these games came out, they had different versions for your different region and your language. I mean, that's just kind of how it is now. Anyway, these are just some of my thoughts on why I think both of these games are worth $20. I wish they could have bundled them, but, here we are. I encourage everybody, if you've never played these games before, play it. You're going to love it. But anyway, this is another video. Peace out.